What's good, YouTube? Nandura94 here to bring you another episode of our Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies Let's Play. In the last episode, I fought so hard not to punch Prosecutor Payne in the face with his own toupee. But you know, with the new facts we learned from Junie's revised testimony, I'm sure we can find an inconsistency with a piece of evidence we already have. Guess I better take a look at the evidence. Down earlier, let's go more briny before we get into a courtroom. Startled, Apollo saved you. It's Junie's complete testimony. Okay. Existence of bummer briny should turn things around in favor. Change the meaning of a certain piece of evidence. All you have to do is present it at the right statement. I think it's statement 1. I think. Okay, it's not flashing, so I guess that we got it right. I know this trial has been very hard for you, but you can relax now. You are, without a doubt, innocent. Mr. Wright, what wild assertion are you making now? My wild assertion is simply this. 2 stuffed animals were mixed up. The tail with the defendant's fingerprints found wasn't on of that phony Fanty. It was the tail of her gallery companion, Bumrap Riney. What nonsense is that? I concede they're both stuffed animals, yes, but they're completely different in character. An elephant and a rhino? They're as distinct as a defense lawyer and a prosecutor. But are they really so different? Both defense lawyers and prosecutors strive to protect the peace through law. Even elephants and rhinos have some similar characteristics. They're both gray, for example. Anyway, this poster is all I need to prove my assertion to be true. But may direct the court's attention here. You'll clearly see how it got mixed up. Right on its tail. Well, would you look at that? The 2 tails are exactly the same. Yes, exactly. The 2 stuffed animals are based on entirely different animals. But the design of the tails is exactly the same. Order! Order in the court! As long as the possibility exists that this tail belongs to the Bumrap Riney, we can no longer consider it to be decisive proof that the defendant handled the bomb. As things stand, I consider the charges against the accused unsubstantiated. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Payne? Oh, yes, Your Honor. Oh, that was great, Mr. Wright. You turned things right around. Yes. And it's not over yet, but at least we managed to hold out this long. I believe that brings our proceedings for today to a close. Mr. Payne, I'm afraid you have some serious investigating ahead of you. Yes, Your Honor. Very well, let us reconvene tomorrow. Court is adjourned. December 17th, 11:56 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby. That was exciting, boss. We did it. True to form, you managed just to barely pull it off at the very last moment. True to form? Gee, I never knew you had such a glowing opinion of me. Thank you for everything you're doing. You did great, Miss Woods. You really stuck it out. And you got really brave at the end, just like when we needed you most, Junie. Thanks to you, we were able to turn things around. Well, you were the one who gave me the courage, Athena. Really? Thanks. So, be honest, was I any help at all? Of course. Without you, we would have never gotten through that out of that tight spot. That's good to hear. I may still have a lot to learn, but you can bet I'm going to give it my all. I'll be so good that one day you'll call me your partner. That's what I like to hear. Analytical psychology, the ability to solve riddles of a person's heart. Athena's true potential is beginning to really shine through now. Hey, where's Apollo anyway? Good question. I almost forgot about him. I assume he'd still be here in the lobby. Oh, I know. Maybe he's still in courtroom number 4. Courtroom number 4? What would he be doing at the scene of the explosion? When I came out of the labo, I told Apollo about bum-rap Riney. I told him I dropped Riney in the courtroom as I was trying to escape from blast, and then Apollo said he had an idea where Riney might be. So we went to take a look together. Huh? I guess Apollo can be pretty nice when he wants to be. So you went looking for Riney together before you were called back into courtroom number 5? Yes. I had some time to rest, so I was able to go and look for him. But they called me into courtroom number 5 to testify. Apollo insisted on staying there, though. With all those injuries, I wonder how he's managing. I think Apollo might have figured something out. Wonder what it is. He told me I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper. Just maybe he found some new piece of evidence? Anyway, we'd better go and get him. Good idea.
No.
Well, yeah, we're going to continue. And then continue until we hit my 20-minute mark that I usually do, that I like to do. December 18th, 9:34 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby. This isn't exactly how I envisioned the second day of this trial to start, but given how things ended yesterday, good morning. Oh, it sure is tense. Not that that's any surprise. Oh, hey. Did you read the paper this morning, Bob? The paper? That came out of left field. You didn't read it? Then you don't know the big news. Somebody spotted an abominable snowman way up in the mountains. Tell me you know the difference between a paper and a tabloid, Athena. Might show up in the forest where you live, Junie. But you better watch out, okay? You really should read the story for yourself. I couldn't even begin to do it justice. Justice? Huh? Uh-oh. Oh, poor Apollo, and it's all my fault. Sniffle. Yeah. Oh, Junie, what was I thinking? I'm so sorry. What we found yesterday was not Apollo's dead body, thank goodness. He'd been assaulted by someone with a blow to his head and was lying unconscious. We rushed him to the hospital right away, and it looks like he's going to pull through. But it was still quite a shock to stumble onto a scene like that. That's an awesome painting, though. Is Miss Woods alright, Athena? Well, I managed to get her to stop crying. Now she's resting on that sofa over there. I guess she feels responsible for what happened to Apollo. Poor Jeannie. She believes that the reason Apollo was attacked is because that he was helping her look for something in that courtroom. Oh, I guess I can see why she'd think that. By the way, how are you doing? Who, me? Yeah, I know you. I know you're concerned about Miss Woods, but are you alright? Me? I'm doing just fine, boss. I mean, yeah, it was a huge shock, but I'm alright. People who studied analytical psychology are great at times like these. I doubt it. After all, they've learned to control their own emotions, too. Somehow I don't think it's as easy as she makes it sound. But there's no denying she's a real trooper. Apollo doesn't remember a thing, does he? Yeah. He can't recall anything from the time right before he was assaulted. Nothing about what he was doing in courtroom number 4 or who assaulted him. The doctor said it's probably due to that hit he took to the head. Assaulted in a court of law and losing your memory of that. At that. I know how that feels. Yes, you do. I think it was second game. Somebody hit him over the head with a fire extinguisher and he had to defend somebody with his own amnesia. But who in the world would do such a thing, huh, Mr. Wright? Sure. Just wait until I get my hands on the coward who hurt Apollo. Now, Athena, I thought you said you were in control of your emotions. Let's just focus on helping Miss Woods today. But I admit, I'm just as upset as you. Okay, boss. You're right. Apollo's assailant can wait until after we clear Judy's name. That's the spirit. Now, let's see. I'd better check the court record one more time before the trial starts. Memory serves. When I have more than 6 pieces of evidence, I should be able to switch pages with the directional pad or the analog. Mr. Wright. First to Mr. Wright. I'm ready whenever you are. Alright, let's get ready to rumble. You bet. Okay, let's get in here and hopefully we can finish it before the end of today. Hopefully we can finish this case in today's episode. With everything that happened with Apollo, I didn't have time for a proper investigation. I can't let that stop me, though. I have to get this right for Miss Woods' sake and Apollo's, too. Okay. District Court, courtroom number 5. You know, I actually like this game because of the later prosecutor. He's like my favorite prosecutor we've had throughout all the things, except maybe Edgeworth and the guy in Trials and Tribulations. Because the guy in Trials and Tribulations is hilarious. Mr. Coffee is what I call him. Because every time you see him, like, if he's objecting to your objection, he takes a swig of coffee and it slides through across the table on him. Courtroom will now reconvene for a trial of Juniper Woods. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready, Your Honor. Now then, I believe I instructed the prosecution to further their investigation. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question? I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honor. I must say, I'm disappointed, Mr. Payne. I'm not angry, just disappointed. I apologize, Your Honor. Aha, looks like the prosecution is just as unprepared as I am. There's a separate matter, however, that I would like to bring up during this trial. Separate matter? What you say? What might that be? I assume you're aware of another incident occurred during yesterday's trial, right? I'm speaking, of course, of the assault on Mr. Justice in courtroom number 4. Uh-oh, why is he bringing that up? Yes, what a truly harrowing experience it must have been for poor Mr. Justice. At the time of the attack, Mr. Justice was not alone. He was with the defendant, Miss Juniper Woods. He's not going to go where I think he's going with this, is he? Prosecution wishes to indict Miss Woods on the charges of Mr. Justice's assault. Of fucking course. What a surprise. Oh, I'm going to indict this person because this person was only here. However, there's no possibility that this person was innocent because this, and this. This is exactly how courtroom goes. I've actually watched enough court shows. You know, there's a clip that I watched where there was a lady who wanted to divorce a guy because he was, quote-unquote, too nice. And the judge thought she was crazy. Mr. Payne, the incident under deliberation here is the courtroom bombing. The assault on Mr. Justice has nothing to do with this trial. Ah, but I believe there is a connection between this case and Mr. Justice's assault. Please take a moment to consider these facts. Both occurred in courtroom number 4. This location of where number 4, in the courtroom where Mr. Justice's body unconscious was found. As you can see, it was quite close to where... No, it's not! That's 2 separate fucking areas, you tarded asshole! I want to punch you so hard in the face that you wake up with teeth in your ass. The question is, why did the culprit feel the need to maliciously attack Mr. Justice? Why indeed, but what would you believe their motive to be, Mr. Payne? I believe Mr. Justice found something in the courtroom while Miss Woods was listening, evidence that fingered her as the perpetrator of the bombing. You mean he found some incriminating evidence? Precisely, and so I surmise that the defendant picked up a piece of rubble and hit Mr. Justice on the back of the head in order to silence him. Why? Why would anybody do that to their defense team? Seriously, is it to put slander or, just terrorize the defense team? Or is it seriously because, oh, I didn't want this to finger me as evidence or whatever? She was devastated when we found Apollo her like that. Mr. Sykes, please control your outbursts. No! The guy's being an asshole. Let her wail on him. Seriously, I wouldn't mind it. Honestly, if you guys make another Phoenix Wright game with Athena Sykes in it, please. I want to see her violent side. I want to see her get angry. I want to see her beat on one of the lawyers that piss her off. Or prosecutors that piss her off. It is the prosecution's belief that by deliberating on Mr. Justice's assault, we will draw ever closer to the truth of the courtroom bombing itself. Very well. Miss Woods is hereby officially indicted on charge of assaulting Mr. Justice. What? Why are you even listening to Mr. Toupee over there? Although, considering our conversation yesterday, I think Apollo might have figured something out. Wonder what it was. He told me I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper. Maybe the 2 incidents really are related after all. I would like to start by hearing from the defendant herself. Very well, Miss Bailiff. Well, Bailiff, please bring Miss Woods to the witness stand. I'm so sorry. I can't seem to stop. Miss Woods. Guess she's still really upset about Apollo. Miss Woods, you went into the rooms of courtroom number 4 with Mr. Justice, did you not? Yes, I did. Good, good. If you would please, then testify about what happened to the court. And she's going to go into her coughing fits with this testimony, if I remember correctly. During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing. Apollo stayed with me, and we went into the courtroom rooms together. But I was called back to this courtroom to give testimony. Apollo insisted on staying behind in courtroom number 4. I swear I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person? So, Mr. Justice stayed by your side while you were feeling unwell. What an admirable young man. I thought his loud voice was his only outstanding feature. He may look like a little imp at times, but Apollo can be really nice, too. I hope she didn't hurt her wrist backhanding that one out. But one has to wonder, why did Mr. Justice stay behind in the rooms? I think Apollo might have figured something out. Something? What kind of something? Something to do with the courtroom bombing kind of something, I think. Oh, new evidence for the case, was it? That was a big kind of something indeed. I believe so. He mentioned looking for some evidence when I was called away. Just as I thought. So there is a connection between the two incidents, but the defendant has told a very big lie, Your Honor. What's that? When she learned that Justice would be looking for evidence, she attacked him. Drew, I want to punch you. Can I please punch you? You're not even listening to her testimony. Technically, she didn't even lie. If the guy was looking for evidence and he's on the goddamn defense team, he was looking for evidence not against her, but to support her that she's innocent. You fucking fucktard, you're terrible at your job. She attacked him to give herself the chance to destroy that evidence. No, I never. Judge, he's badgering the witness. Stop him before I kill him. Miss Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness with violence. Why would she? We found the proof of her foul deed here in the courtroom of ruins. What on earth? Do you see it? There, in front of Mr. Justice's right hand. Witness the message he left us. It's written in blood. W-H-O-O-E-S. Why isn't that? You're right. It says Woods in capital letters. What? I submit that Mr. Justice left us with the name of his attacker before he fainted. Not enough blood. He didn't lose enough blood to actually pull that off. Why would Apollo write her name? I'm sorry, I didn't get to read that, but hang on. I can pull it up. Mr. Wright, the nerve of him leaving that message. Why would he do this? Hey, don't take it out on me. I don't understand it any more than you do. When we discovered Apollo yesterday... Apollo! No. I can't mimic her cry. That was loud as shit. We didn't even have a chance to rush over to him. As soon as security heard Athena scream, they ran in and cordoned off the area. After that, they were in the courtroom with number 4 with Apollo the whole time. We couldn't investigate anything ourselves and had to leave everything in play to the police. Still, I never thought they would find some bloody writing there. Now then, please begin your cross-examination. You're alright, Mr. Wright? And we will leave the cross-examination for the next episode. I'm going to save the game here. Because you know what Mr. Nappy says. Only you can prevent lost save data. So make sure you save the game before any stupid shit goes down. Yeah. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's episode, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next episode.